The MCC 28 teams have recently been announced, so today I'm going to be predicting where I think the teams are going to fall, starting in 10th place. In 10th place, we have the Sapphire Santas, with Excella, Kurtic Zeus, Dr. Gluon, and James Turner. But don't get me wrong, I don't think this team will do as bad as they usually do, especially since they have Zeus, so I think we'll be able to do pretty well, getting top 30 of a last place team. But you can't really work with the Simmers. They're playing just for fun. They're not the competitive type, and you can't really expect them to get out of last place. In 9th place, we have the Gingerbread Man. This team consists of Purple, Smager, Impulse SV, and Beckymon. Now, a lot of people probably think I'm playing this team too low, but honestly, there's two newcomers that played one time before. They don't have much MCC experience. I don't know how good Beckymon is at Minecraft either. Impulse SV and Hermitcraft. Hermitcraft usually play for fun. They're not that competitive. Purple is actually pretty good. He's probably one of the best players in MCC. And Smager is inconsistent, so this team honestly could do well if everyone's actually putting in a lot of effort and practicing. But I don't really see it happening. I know Beckymon has practice, but I still just see this team coming 9th there. It's hard to predict this team. In 8th place, I'm putting the MISTLETOES with AMZ, HannahXX Rose, Shovel, and Sovi. Now, I think it's actually a pretty good team. They could definitely get top half. I just don't think the game order is going to favor them this event. With Sands of Time, I think it's going to be the finale, and PvP games are going to be played later on, which is going to kind of drop them down. But they definitely do going to like movement games and team games for sure. Just the game order, I think, will affect how their placement will be. In 7th place, I'm putting the Pink Parrots with Top L, Philza, Ludwig, and Stifferish. Now, I think this team is pretty much a wild card team, with Top L and Philza being pretty inconsistent actually. Top L definitely could pop off, as seen in MCC 15 and Pride 22, but he hasn't been doing as good as he usually has done lately. Phil also, he can be inconsistent too, as well as Ludwig. He only played in 2 events, so I don't know how good he's really going to do. And Stifferish isn't a bad player either. The reason why I'm putting this team in 7th and not lower down is just because I think they're pretty strong at PvP games, which I think will be able to give them a little boost up to 7th place. In 6th place, I'm putting the Cerulean Candy Canes, Captain Puffy, Pizza Hut, Protestant Moon, and In the Littlewood. I'm putting this team in 6th place because I think they'll do pretty good at movement games, as Pizza Hut has been seen doing really well in movement games lately. I also think they're pretty good at team games and will be able to thrive in there. The only reason I think they won't do higher is because I think they'll definitely struggle in PvP games. No one on this team really shines at PvP. Pete's maybe, but no one else really does that well. Pete tends to do bad on teams that are bad at PvP. So I see his team getting 6th place. Coming into the top half, in 5th place, is the Red Reindeers with JoJo Solos, Gemini Tay, Good Times of Scar, and Randu. JoJo Solos is a very good player, the best female player actually. Randu also is a pretty solid player to have on the team. Gemini Tay is a pretty good support player and team player, as well as Scar. And I don't see his team doing bad at many games. I don't see them popping off in many games either. I just see them getting around like middle of the pack in a lot of games, like 4th, 5th, which I think will result in them getting 5th place overall. In 4th place is the Purple Penguins with Ant Frost, Red Velvet Cake, Bad Boy Halo, and Pong. Now, Ant Frost is a pretty strong player, as well as Pong. They're both going to be good at PvP and movement. Ant Frost as well is a good leader. I think he'll be able to lead this team to do well in team games. Bad Boy Halo is a good support player. He's good at team games. He's decent at movement. As well as Red Velvet Cake. He's actually really underrated. He did very well last event. He did the best on his team actually. And I just think this team is going to be in a similar skill level to Red. They're going to do I think they'll do a bit better. Instead of getting 5th, 4th, they'll get maybe 4th, 3rd, 2nd in quite a few games. They'll probably have 2 weak games, which will throw them down a bit. But I see them getting 4th place overall. In 3rd place is the Yellow Yetis with H-Bomb, Awesome Dude, Cub Fan, and False Symmetry. This is actually a really strong team. They're going to excel in team games for sure, no doubt. The only reason they're higher is because I think team games are going to get played early, like Bill Marks and Grid Runners are going to be played first half for sure. Sounds of time, they'll be able to bring it back though. I think they'll definitely get first in that. They don't do bad at movement games either. The PvP games, also he's kind of there to assist them. He's pretty decent in PvP. I think this team is very well-rounded, and they definitely have potential to make it to dodgeballs. In second place is the Emerald Elves, with the duo of Illumina and Tommy in it, Jack Manifold and G Nelly. Now this, I think, is going to be a pretty crazy team. I think they definitely will do well in PvP games and movement games, for Illumina being dominant in that, and Tommy's definitely not bad to have as a secondary player in those games either. Jack Manifold, he usually does troll around, let's just say, but I think he could bring it back this event. He'll take it more seriously. And G Nelly, I think this will be our best event yet. I just see his team being able to do really well and getting second place overall. Before we get to the number one team, please consider subscribing. I work really hard on these videos, and I plan on making a lot more MCC content as well, such as the top 10 plays and fails of MCC 28. I'm really trying to get to 500 subs by the end of the year, so please check if you're subscribed. Every subscriber makes a huge difference. With that said, let's get to the number one team, the Teal Turkeys. This is actually a really strong team consisting of Puns, Sneak Snag, Solidarity, and Captain Sparkles. No one on this team is even bad. Everyone can hold their own. Puns, first of all, he's a pretty strong player at movement and PvP, and I think he could also lead his team in team games. Captain Sparkles and Solidarity are also pretty good support players, as well as pretty good at PvP and movement as well. And Sneak Snag too. No one here, I think, is below B tier. I think they're all pretty decent at the game, and I just think this team will be able to destroy the event and get first overall. Anyways, that's going to end the video. Do you agree with my predictions? Would you change any of them? Let me know in the comments below. I'll be sure to answer all of them. Anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.